Hey fellow stock guardians, happy Monday, July 26, 2021. I'm Hoda, Stock CEO, reporting to you from a barely in the green stock market. I looked at market indices upward movement, explored Microstrategy's stock as share prices rose with Bitcoin, and dug into why Tencent and several other Chinese stocks are falling today. Let's get started. The three major indices all closed today in the green, even if just barely. This stay in the green comes despite billions in losses from US-listed Chinese companies in danger of regulatory crackdowns by the government. Shareholders are getting cold feet as the Chinese officials target education stocks and companies they deem concerning over data sharing and other regulatory priorities. Nevertheless, investors across the rest of the market stayed optimistic and kept the indices moving forward, thanks to better than expected earnings report, which we discussed last week. Before we continue to stock analysis section, I'd like to give a shout out to all of you stock guardians. Thank you for watching, reading, and listening to the daily market recap reports every day. The Stock Cards platform is your stock market research assistant and tool. I'd like to invite you to try it if you haven't already done so. First, hit the like button and subscribe to the show, and then create a free account on stockcard.io. Thanks for becoming a new stock guardian. Microstrategy, ticker MSTR, is up 26% today, and it comes as no surprise because Bitcoin appears to be on the rise again. Crypto-minded investors have targeted the business intelligence company since it acquired over $2 billion worth of Bitcoin as its treasury reserve asset. Management is betting on the cryptocurrency to be a safe investment vehicle for the company's cash in the coming years. Despite its move in tandem with Bitcoin, MicroStrategy is not part of the cryptocurrency industry. It provides business intelligence services to enterprises, and specifically with a web-based platform for company-wide analytics and reporting. It has many large corporations as clients, including Fortune 500 companies. The sentiment cycle around Bitcoin leaves little space to discuss the company's core business. That's where StockCard comes in. MicroStrategy StockCard reminds us that software systems will see great growth in coming years, but the picture isn't all rosy. For example, earnings per share, which you can find under the profitability section, is declining. It does generate free cash flow, but carries some debt. Revenue growth is negative to flat too. So I'm not sure about the core business. If I want to invest in crypto-related stocks, there are better ones to pick. For example, type in cryptocurrency in the search bar to get the cryptocurrency-related collection stock card. Some noteworthy mentions are PayPal, ticker PYPL, and Coinbase, ticker COIN. Direct beneficiaries of digital currencies. I prefer them over MicroStrategy for my investments in crypto-related stocks. I'll leave a link to the cryptocurrency stocks on the stock card if you are investing in that space. If you go into the search function on StockCard and enter China, you'll see the China collection suggested to you. Click there and turn off the OTC and penny stocks filter, then order the list by losses, and you'll get what seems to be a nearly bottomless page of stocks in the red. If you've been following the news, the Chinese government is investigating data security concerns, the private tutoring industry, and antitrust violations. Investors are selling as they fear their stock may be next on the chopping block. Tencent, ticker TCEHY, is no different, having fallen about 10% by closing time today. This massive corporation deals with social networking, online games, internet utilities like email, cloud networks, and entertainment content, including news and music. Unfortunately, the music industry is the latest to be scrutinized by Chinese regulators. In Tencent's case, the government is taking direct action. Yesterday, the company was ordered to dissolve its exclusive music licensing deals around the world. According to officials, the corporation is violating policies meant to prevent monopolies, and it's pretty evident that Tencent owns more than 80% of Chinese music rights. This company is not the first nor the last to be impacted by the government's crackdowns. It makes sense that investors are jumping ship across all US listed stocks from China However, it's very unlikely for Chinese government to sacrifice these companies over regulations. It's most likely a period with widespread negative news followed by regulatory corrections. This may mean an interesting investment opportunity for those who bet on China and are ready to take the risk and find good deals. I'm monitoring the situation for now for some bargain shopping if the sell-off continues. Let's wrap up with an exciting update from a Stockcards partner community. This week, we celebrate Paul Essen, one of the latest portfolio publishers on Stockcard. Paul's portfolio is called Freedom on the StockPicks page, and it's one of my favorite portfolios. He is such a true long-term investor that keeps adding to his winners and can go through the price drops without getting cold feet. I highly encourage you to follow Paul's Freedom portfolio to get new investment ideas. To help you get to know Paul, I've just published my latest conversation with him about how he picked his stocks, which I enjoyed tremendously. I'll leave a link in the show notes for you to watch. That's it for today. If you haven't already done so, please give a Stockcard a try, research as many stocks and ETFs as you want, and consider following a few successful investors like Paul by visiting the StockPicks page on the Stockcard platform. Don't forget to sign up for a 14-day free trial with promo code ROLLWITHOURCEO, all lowercase and in one word. And like, subscribe, and share these market recap reports with your friends and fellow investors. Come back tomorrow for another market recap report. See you then.